I'll stand just like a statue, just like you, acting like the sky's just about to fall.
Hello everybody, welcome back. NintendoLper here, and today we are doing something that we haven't done in a long time. A story video. Like, it has been a year since I made one. Like, the last story video I made was in 2017. And also, by the way, fun fact, if you didn't know, the first commentary of 2017 was actually the story video, so I guess that's cool. Anyways, today's story video is going to be a story that I've honestly told so many times to the point where honestly I can just tell it on point. On point. And honestly, if you were to ask any of my friends at school and kids who have been to my elementary school, they would tell you I've told this story so many times. Anyways, put this video in another tab, listen to it, work on some work, eat food, do whatever, and just sit back and relax. Let's just get right into it. Anyways, the story dates back to 2009, and honestly, 2009 was actually a very nice year. We had some good games come out for the Wii, like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Anyways, I was at kindergarten at the time, and basically during recess, you were allowed to ride scooters and bikes around the playscape. And basically, I was riding around my scooter on the playscape, and a teacher ended up stopping me halfway, and she told me, "Hey Jason, you gotta go inside and blow your nose." So of course, being the nice little child I was, I listened to the teacher and I went inside. Now this part of the story here, honestly, I do not remember. Well, I remember it, but I don't. It's like I do remember it, but I don't know how it went down. Like, this is why I think how it went. So I went to the tissue box and I blew my nose. Now, I went up to the door. Now, no, these doors, they're not your normal wooden doors that you would open so easily. These things are like big metal doors, and I'm not joking. Literally, they were so big. Like, if you were to open them with as decent amount of force you can be, like if you were a 6-year-old and try to open those doors, like those things, like you have to push. And freaking when you would like walk out, the doors would close so fast. It was honestly kind of scary, but honestly, when I was younger, I wasn't really scared of the doors. But anyways, back to the story. I pushed the door with my right hand, and I put my hand where the hinges were, like where the door closes, like it locks up and everything. So basically, I tried pushing the door with my left hand, and apparently I wasn't that strong. As I put my right hand where the hinges were, and I tried pushing the door with my left hand, the door swung quickly back at me, and ended up closing my hand in the door. Now, as soon as that happened, it was like all my emotions were shot out of my body, because honestly, I did not feel anything happen at all. It went by so fast. So when it happened, I was honestly very confused at first, because like, oh, my hand's stuck in the door. I'm gonna try to get it out. So I tried pulling it out, wouldn't come out. So I opened the door, and I saw this sight of my right hand completely crushed to a pulp. Like literally, I have a picture on screen, hopefully, of the two fingers that were mostly affected. Like literally, there were scars from it. It's like this, my fingers were like crushed completely. Like I remember seeing these two fingers like almost to the point of like the tips were like snapping off. So of course, when I saw that, I opened the door and I ran to the preschool teacher, and I showed her my hand. I was like, blood, blood, not crying or screaming, just saying the words blood, blood. And as soon as the preschool teacher dropped it, she dropped all of her things and she ran me to the nurse's office. No, as soon as she was running me to the nurse's office, there's like literally blood dripping all over the floor. And it was just honestly a crazy scene. So of course they bring me to the nurse's office, and of course they sit me down in this chair, and they get some ice, these big ice packs to, of course, kind of stop the bleeding and kind of calm down my hand. No, as I already mentioned 2 times, at the time I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I was not screaming. As I mentioned, it was like all my emotions and my nerves like cut completely in my head. It happened so fast. It was just like, oh my god. So of course the preschool teacher went back to recess to kind of keep all the kids away from the blood scene and everything. And of course the nurse just trying to keep an eye on me, and we had to wait for the ambulance to come. About 5 minutes goes by, and of course the ambulance comes. They put me on the stretcher, and honestly, this is the part where I don't really remember. Like, I think they either put me on a stretcher or they walked me to the ambulance. I honestly don't remember, but I think they put me on a stretcher. They put me in the ambulance, and they got me all set up and everything in the ambulance. And they closed both doors, and they were driving me to the hospital. And I remember the ambulance ride so vividly. Like, I was laying in the bed, and I was just looking at the ceiling, and I see these 2 nurse ladies, and they were talking to me saying, "So how old are you, son?" And I just remember talking to them, and like them asking me questions like what I wanted to do when I grow up and everything. And honestly, it was very cool. Like the nurse ladies, they seemed pretty cool, but honestly, I don't remember them that well. So, and I remember as they were like done talking to me, they just kind of went to the front and were checking on like all my statistics and they were checking on my levels and everything. I just remember slowly like fading out, like being very tired and just falling asleep and just blacking out. No, don't worry. I wasn't slowly dying. It was probably because of blood loss. I was just very tired and I was just losing it. I don't. So then of course my eyes, I was woken up to the scene of doors opening. And as soon as the doors opened, I saw my sister's stepfather, who at the time was a police officer out there. And as soon as I was like, "Oh, hi," like all like cheery and excited. And my sister told me, as soon as I said that to him, Like, literally, he thought he was gonna pass out, like, honestly. So, of course, they get me to the hospital, and they bring me to this room. Honestly, this is the part where I don't remember, like, the whole hospital thing. Like, I just remember them bringing me to the hospital. They sent me in this little ER room, like, so they could wait for me to be taken in. And, of course, I waited for my mom and my sister to get there and all my family and everything. And, of course, they wanted to check on me because, literally, when the school told my parents about this, or my mom about it, she was, like, freaking out and everything. And, honestly, it was, like, a very crazy thing at the time. So then about a couple minutes go by and my sister and mom come in. They were talking to me, asking if I'm all right, basically the normal stuff. And then, of course, some of the doctors started coming and asking me questions and everything about what happened. And then after they asked me all the questions and answered everything, they decided to take me into surgery to get my hand fixed. And when they took off the ice pack, like, literally, they had to cut off my jacket first so they, of course, can get to my hand. When they cut off my jacket and took off the ice pack, literally my hands looked crushed. Well, not my hands, but my hand looked crushed completely. And when I first saw it, I was like, ugh, that's gross. But it didn't, like, make me squeamish. It was like, holy. And of course, when they saw that, they were checking it out and everything. And that's why they decided what they had to do. And then they gave me this stuff to make me go to sleep. And that's when they did surgery on my hand. And when I woke up, all I remember honestly seeing is them putting a cast on my hand. And the doctor saying to me, listen, son, when you take a shower, you have to keep your right hand out the shower curtain so you don't get it wet. And you'll be out of school for a couple months. That's all I remember. Then after that, they got me into a wheelchair. They put me in the back of my mom's van, and we ended up going home. And before we stopped home, we had to stop at Walmart. And I remember asking my mom, because at the time, the Wii Motion Plus thing for your Wii Remote came out. And at that time, I believe Wii Sports Resort came out. But nope, I did not want to get that game. Instead, I want to get Tiger Woods 10 for Wii. So I asked my mom if I could buy that game, and she bought it for me. But sadly, I could not play it until my hand got better. And overall, that's honestly the story. I got home. It was 11 at night. Honestly, probably the longest I stayed up at that time. Nowadays, I stay up to like fucking 3 in the morning. Anyways, that's all for this little story video. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button. Hopefully, if you guys want more story videos, hit that like button. I have to do this viewer interaction thing, so the algorithm. And if you want more comments or videos, again, just do whatever. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. I will not be uploading next week. I know, honestly, it pisses me off, but I actually have a reason for it. It's because over this weekend, I will be busy with some things like cleaning. Because at my sister's house, I have to help her with some cleaning. That'll take a long time. And I will not have time over the weekend to record anything. So hopefully in about another, not this week, but next week, the next week, I will do a double upload. So hopefully y'all understand. Anyways, here's the outro.